You're about to uncover one of the most chilling crimes in Brazil's history. Elize grew up in silence, not the peaceful silence of small towns, but the cold silence of rejection. Her mother left when she was still a child. Her father, struggling with alcoholism, took out his anger on her. Raised by her grandparents, she had a roof over her head, but no affection. Elize learned early that crying didn't help, that trusting was dangerous, and that the world was a place where you either get hurt or protect yourself. At 18, she fled with the same old suitcase that would later carry other things. She moved to Sao Paulo, aiming to study nursing. But the city showed no mercy. She realized that as a nurse, she could barely afford rent. Without support or money, she became a high-end escort using the name Kelly. That's how she met the man who would change her life. Marcos Matsunaga was the heir to Yoki Alimentos, a giant food company. Young, cultured, elegant, and married. An executive in the family business and a reserved, peculiar man. He collected firearms and had many at home. Soon, he left his wife for Elize, the Kelly he met on a paid dating site. Their relationship scandalized Sao Paulo's elite friends and especially his family, but he stood by her. He provided everything: a car, an apartment in Higienópolis, designer clothes, and social rejection. In 2009, they officially married. To the world, it was a modern fairy tale. But beneath the surface, the relationship had invisible cracks, and Elize never truly felt she belonged in that world. In 2011, they had a daughter. That's when emotional control began to slip. Marcos became increasingly absent. Elize grew more paranoid. April 2012. Elize had been suspicious for months. Strange perfumes, deleted messages, non-existent meetings, sudden trips. She hired a private investigator and traveled to her hometown. Within days, confirmation. Marcos was seeing another woman. But it wasn't just an affair. They had an apartment, a plan. According to Elize, he wanted to take custody of their daughter and leave her with nothing. In other words, what she had done at the beginning of their relationship was now happening to her. She claimed that when confronted, Marcos responded coldly. "Do you think anyone will believe you? You're a former escort." From that point on, the line between victim and villain began to blur. May 19, 2012, in their Higienópolis apartment, their daughter played in her room. Unaware of the escalating argument between her parents in the kitchen, Elize presented the evidence. He laughed, called her unbalanced, said she wouldn't get custody or alimony. The argument intensified. According to her, he became aggressive. She would later claim self-defense. Later that night, while he was turned away, she went to the bedroom safe, retrieved the .380 caliber pistol he had given her, returned to the living room. Marcos was watching TV. He didn't notice. A single shot to the head, instantaneous. His body fell heavily with a muffled thud. The wooden floor changed color. Elize didn't call the police. She summoned her darkest side. Elize spent hours beside the body, waiting, thinking, waiting for the blood to coagulate to avoid staining the apartment floor. Only then did she act. She put on surgical gloves, used a scalpel, knives, plastic bags. She did something unimaginable, divided him into 7 parts, placing them into 3 large suitcases. None of these suitcases contained clothes. The next morning, she set out toward the south, heading to her home state of Parana. Along the way, she was stopped by police due to expired car registration. She decided to turn back and, on the return journey, abandoned a suitcase in a thicket near the city of Coxa. Then another, and another. She returned home, took a shower, served breakfast to her daughter, as if nothing had happened. May 24th, a resident of Coxa noticed a foul smell, opened a suitcase, screamed, called the police. Days later, more parts were found. DNA confirmed Marcos Matsunaga. The media exploded. Security cameras from the building showed Elize leaving with large suitcases in the days following his disappearance. She was arrested, confessed, said it was desperation, said it was fear, said she didn't want to lose her daughter. Brazil was divided. In 2016, she was sentenced to 19 years and 11 months for aggravated homicide and concealment of a corpse. She served 10 years. In 2022, she was released on parole. Today, she lives in an undisclosed location, working as a rideshare driver. She tried to bury a crime in silence, but a forgotten suitcase brought everything to light. Do you think it was desperation or calculation, justice or revenge? Leave your comment. I read them all.